Hi students, good morning. Now we are going to look at the refraction through prism. And we are going to find out the refractive index of the material of the prism, right? You know what is meant by a prism. So whenever white light passes through a prism, that white light will be dispersed into 7 colors. So dispersion will take place, right? So the splitting up of white light into 7 colors is called as dispersion. So we will get the 7 colors as VIBGYOR: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red, right? Now let's move on to the topic. So in 3 dimension, if this is the prism and this inclined face and this inclined face, these 2 inclined faces are called the refracting faces of a prism, and this is what we call as the base of the prism, right? Now in 2-dimensional view we are going to draw. So A is called as the angle of the prism, here BC is the base of the prism. Now a light is said to incident at a point Q, and this ray is called as the incident ray. So after it is passing through the prism, it will be deviated from its straight path. Instead of going along this direction, it will be deviated, that is, it will be refracted, right? So this is QR, this light ray QR is called as a refracted ray, and then after which it will be emerging out of the prism. So here PQ is the incident ray on the face, refracting face AB. RS is the emergent ray on the face AC, right? Refracting face. Now I am extending the PQ along this direction and extending the RS along this direction, so that it makes a small angle called small d. This small d is called as angle of deviation. So I say no, when light is getting refracted, it means it is getting deviated from its straight path. So, and the deviation, right, the angle of deviation will be small d here. Now I am going to draw 2 normals at the points Q and R on the refracting faces AB and AC respectively. So let me extend the normals, and they are made to meet at a point called M, and this meeting point is called as M. That is, PQ, RS meet at a point at M. These normals meet at a point N. Here this angle is R1, this angle is I1, angle of incidence I1, angle of refraction R1. Here this angle is R2 and this is I2. So we got on quadrilateral 2 A, Q, N, R. Right? Now the angle of deviation at the point Q is D1 is equal to I1 minus R1. The angle of deviation at the point R is D2 is equal to I2 minus R2. The total angle of deviation D is equal to D1 plus D2. It means D is equal to I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2, which I can also write it as I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. Right. Now, in this triangle, I say no, we got one quadrilateral, that is, in the quadrilateral AQNR, here this angle and this angle are equal to 90 degree. So angle A plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree. Right? In the triangle QNR, R1 plus R2 plus angle QNR is equal to 180 degree. So if this is 1, this is 2, if this is 3, comparing 2 and 3, we get A is equal to R1 plus R2. Right? Now, let me wrap this. So let me substitute the value of A here in equation 1. So D is equal to I1 plus I2 minus A, or A plus B is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, as I increase the angle of incidence I1 here, so when the angle of incidence increases, then the angle of deviation decreases and becomes minimum at a particular angle of incidence, and it becomes D is equal to capital D. So this capital D is called as angle of minimum deviation. At this angle of minimum deviation condition, see, I1 will be equal to I2, R1 will be equal to R2, and also QR will be parallel to the base BC. So at this condition, so as I increase the angle of incidence I1, right, the deviation, angle of deviation decreases and it becomes minimum at a particular angle of incidence I1, that is D becomes capital D. This capital D is called as angle of minimum deviation. At this angle of minimum deviation, these things happens. I1 will be equal to I2, R1 will be equal to R2, and QR will be parallel to BC. Since this is a refracted ray, this was not parallel initially, but here at this condition QR is parallel to BC. Right. So in 1, this take this as 4. Okay. In 4, A plus B is equal to 2I, or I is equal to A plus B by 2. In this equation here, if A is equal to R1 plus R2, then A is equal to 2R, so that R is equal to A by 2. Right? Now we all know the Snell's law. So using Snell's law, mu, the refractive index of the material of the prism, is equal to sin I by sin R, sin of angle of incidence by sin of angle of refraction. So let me substitute the values of I. A plus, it is capital D, sorry, because it has become capital D, right, by 2 by sine of Fe2. So the refractive index of the material prism is used. Using this experiment, we can also find out the wavelengths of different colors. For that, we have to go for some devices like spectrometers and all, right? So I think you have understood. Sorry for the simple mistake I have done here, right? Thank you.